So now that we had the port lights and hatches all rebuilt and the boat was leak free, we moved our efforts to the inside of the boat while the weather was really nasty outside. And the next big task was to inspect both of our water tanks. So, long story short, we've got two tanks, this one and one up there. And we recently figured out we've only been using the one up there. So this tank has had water sitting in it for like a year and a half, maybe more. And this is my first time opening it up, and you can tell it is so nasty. So get to clean that out. So the first task was to get that nasty water out. So I used a bilge pump and a 5-gallon bucket and got all that out. I'm back with a plumbing update. So I went in there to scrub the tank with some soap and water, and I discovered I think the tank is like compromised. So I got to spend about 4 hours pulling it out, and so now we have got this gaping hole in the boat. Here's the water tank on the side, and you can see that I don't really know what all this stuff is. I don't think it's good, but we're gonna go talk to some people who know about metal. I didn't have a car at all in the winter, so I just hoofed it, which wasn't really a big deal. Although I got some funny looks walking down the road with this big water tank. And now we're gonna fast forward a little bit here. Here's an update on that water tank that I had taken out of the boat here. So what happened was the bottom was really corroded. So what we did was the tank used to go down to about there. Chopped all that off and welded on a new plate. A kid from school did that, did an awesome job. We lose about 3 gallons of water like that, but that's okay. You know, that's definitely okay. And now what I'm doing is I'm prepping the surface for a rhino liner just to ensure that there are no leaks or anything, just to keep this water tank going for another, 5 or 6 years. The final leg of this water tank project. So the last thing I need to do is make some footers for this tank because it's shorter than it was. We, chopped off the bottom part of it. Okay, the footers are in. So you can see this is the space that made up the amount of tank that we cut off. And here's the new spiffed up tank. Here's the inside. New bottom. I mean, it just looks so much better. Before it looked just god awful. And just kind of cleaned up this outer edge here, and so we're ready to put that on there, and then we'll be done. That's the sweet sound of success. Water's going back in. You can just see it like really turned out pretty nice, I think. So with the main tank done, I moved my effort to the front tank. So in addition to cleaning and inspecting the tank, we wanted to install a water gauge because we never really knew how much water we had in the front tank. It was a real pain to pull off all the mattress and all those boards. So here I am installing a sender unit that will send the water level to a gauge. All right, I've got a plumbing update. I've been working on this front tank here and cleaned it out and everything. Made a new gasket for that, but also installed this thing, and that is a tank level gauge. And what it does is it measures how much liquid is in the tank, and it sends it over to a little gauge here. And if we want to turn it on, just goes like that. So lights up so you know it's in use, and then we can turn it off when we don't need it. It feels good to have that in, and it's really important to know how much water you have aboard, especially if you're going to be cruising. Here's a look at the wiring. You can see this is all new. Came together really nicely. Just keeps it nice and organized, and that's the back side. So that's it. And just like that, we are done with the water tanks. We are ready to go cruising next summer. Thanks for watching. Join us next time as we cover some other boat projects, and we'll give you an idea of what living on the boat in the Pacific Northwest through winter is like. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.